I'm Carol Bushberg. I'm the broker at Carol Bushberg Real Estate. My own family has really benefited from life at Longview, as have many of my clients, actually. A number of my clients live there now in various, stages of the facility. And for all, I think it's been an excellent option. And we don't have many options, do we, locally, which is a shame. So I'm so glad to hear that things are being upgraded there and there are even more options. And you all know about the patio homes too, which is a very cool option as well. That's kind of independent living. What brings you here today? I know that you must all have made some inquiry about Longview. So you're thinking that maybe where you live now is not where you will want to live in the near or the distant future. Are you interested in learning how to responsibly donate, sell, or dispose of your stuff? Is stuff the real reason that you're here today? Stuff it is. Okay. Are you feeling overwhelmed by the prospect of leaving your current home? Okay.
Definitely.
All right. Very, very good. So let's talk a little bit about downsizing, the concept of downsizing, because it's multifaceted. It could be reducing the size of your home. It could be moving from a single-family home into an apartment, a townhome, or a condo where some of the responsibilities like home maintenance are borne by a larger and different organization. Or it could be, as it is for many, relocating to a place where it's sunnier and warmer, or where there's a lower tax burden if you do own. Okay. When is the right time to move? Well, in general, I would say that the right time to move is when the affection for your property, and you've been caring for it and loving it and choosing everything about it, but for many people that I speak to, the burden of maintenance expenses exceeds the pleasure of owning the property that you currently own. And also, houses can be way too big for our needs. So that's another issue. So people will often want to explore something simply smaller.
How do I get my home ready for sale? And I guess the first question is when should you call a realtor? I say as soon as you decide that you're ready to sell your home is a good time to call a realtor and get their advice, have them come visit, and let you know kind of what are the things that would catch a buyer's agent's eye, something that you may want to address. It could be painting. It could be fixing a leaking faucet that you haven't dealt with and dealing with the fallout from that. Then, really, I would say, depending on all the things that need to be done, or don't need to be done, we could probably get a house listed in as little as a few weeks, or if there's a lot to do, it could be a few months. Again, we did talk about with Kira about the spring market and of course the really ideal time to sell, but in this area, any time is a good time to sell, really. Yeah. So I don't want you all to feel so overwhelmed that oh no, I couldn't possibly get my house on by June. Houses do sell here year round. These are the things that a buyer's agent, when they come through with a potential buyer, they're going to look and have a structural inspection completed. Unless some sellers recently it's become more of common practice to have a pre-inspection done. So how that works is you would call, after speaking with a realtor, you would call a home inspector, or we could help you facilitate that, and have a home inspection done on your home. It costs about $500 to $600 to have that completed. Takes an inspector a few hours. They spend a few hours in your home. They take photographs. They really look at all the systems in your home, the roof, the foundation, every little thing, and just kind of flag things that may be of concern. I've yet to see a perfect inspection report, even on a brand new construction. So, but that's a really good cheat sheet as to what should be done to fix the house, and what we can prioritize there. If you don't have the funds to do all of the things, what are the things that are of most concern to a buyer's agent?
assembling teams is kind of, that's my expertise, I would say. And I can't state strongly enough how important it is to really assemble a great team when you are selling your house that you have owned for, likely a substantial amount of time. So a realtor is certainly a really big and important part of that team, but also a real estate attorney. A lot of times when we go and meet with people, we'll say, do you have an attorney? And they're like, yeah. Any attorney can do real estate, but they probably shouldn't. Structural inspectors, Julia talked a little bit about having a pre-inspection done. And then going along with what Julia was saying about repairs and things, fix the leaky faucet. As Julia was saying, these are all, little minor things that can make a big difference. One of the things I always recommend to my sellers is have your furnace, your boiler, your furnace cleaned and serviced. When we list a house, we list all of these documents. The decluttering piece, it's also very funny that I'm sitting here with you today. I just was at a home in Newfield that a colleague of mine and I cleaned and staged in the last 3 hours. I cannot state strongly enough how important decluttering and really good cleaning is to your listing. We all think that, I'm clean. When you start moving things around and you start really looking deep, we all need a good, solid, deep cleaning. And that is a good, deep clean and decluttering can make a house feel almost brand new. It's really remarkable. The hardest thing, I think, for us is when someone calls us. They have a house filled with stuff. They have delayed maintenance everywhere, and they say, I gotta go. And that is so hard because you can only get so much done before you list. And it's just, the due diligence is really everything. It's, in my opinion, it's how you get the most money for your house.
People have expressed to me in the past that they're very concerned that their house has to be brought up to some kind of uniform standard that matches up with HGTV. And
Chip and Joanne.
Right, exactly. And the truth is that we do find that houses sell faster and better if they're decluttered and if they are deep cleaned, for sure. And certainly, it's important to know the status of these important systems like the heat, the paint, and the roof, because if your house can't be mortgaged, then that really does reduce the pool of people who can buy it, and that affects the value. Sometimes, there are limitations to what can be done. There, you have a relative who's not well, someone that's living with you. There are all kinds of accoutrements, associated with someone who's unwell, or, someone can't get out of the house very easily, and certainly they can't help you haul stuff from to Mimi's attic or to the reuse center. Don't worry about it. The buying public will understand, no matter what circumstances they walk into, and realtors will understand. You don't have to worry that the special needs that you have in your household will not be accommodated in the real estate sales process.
How do I declutter? Another one of my favorite topics. So we actually, again, going back to this team assembly thing, we actually have lots of people who we call on to, if it's something that you are interested in, to help you declutter. One of the things that's best is if you are identifying for yourselves what is heirloom, what is going with you because it's precious, what is going to your children or your any kind of relative or your best friend neighbor who's all of those things. Best to identify those things. And if it's too heavy, if it's too awkward, if it's too anything, get stickies and just stickies. This doesn't have to go away. This has to go to somebody. It can go to just a myriad of places. I'm sure you all know about the Reuse Center, the Salvation Army, the Rescue Mission. I often bring things to, we bring things to the Women's Center on Tioga Street and the, what is it?
Mary Durham.
Mary Durham House. So we love to drop things at the Mary Durham House. Things, larger things that are, your mid-century modern dining table. These are the things where we have connections with some of the vendors at Found. So we would call them and say, hey, here's a picture. Is this something you're interested in? And then we would invite them in, and they would either pay you directly for this table or they would consign it for you. I mean, I could go on and on and on. What I want to express, though, is that there is a home likely for anything that you have, and we can help you get it there so that it's not everything is hitting the landfill.
People have a real concern, I know we did in my family, that there are things of value that we do not know. That there are things in my house that if I just took them to the Salvation Army, I'd be bringing the family jewels to the Salvation Army. So I think it's important, once you've separated out, no matter what you want to keep for sentimental reasons or because you know they're valuable for whatever reason, that you then consult with someone, because either they will confirm that these things have value, they'll assure you that they don't have the value that you think that they do because they're no longer popular now, or they will point to something that you thought had absolutely no value, and it's not the thing that you suspected was valuable, and they'll point to that and they'll say, that actually is the kind of thing that somebody's looking for right now.
Sell valuable items online. Hiring a local specialist. This is exactly the people we're talking about.
So, questions?
I keep pondering the tension between what you do in your home to get it ready that's really cosmetic. And for example, I look at my kitchen, which is now more than 40 years old, and it was a custom kitchen when we had it built by a cabinet maker. So it wasn't something we bought off the shelf. But whoever moves in next is probably going to want to tear it all out and put in something really fancy, modern, whatever. Or the floor, the vinyl floor. How much of that is really important to do or to leave to the next owner? I just feel like if I make those decisions, somebody's going to hate my choices. So why spend the money?
That's it.
Sure.
I think for the most part, the cosmetic stuff, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do.
It looks nice, it might sell the home, but they're not going to rip it
Well,
off.
let's say you burn candles in your house and there's like a lot of kind of soot on the ceiling. A fresh coat of white paint over a ceiling goes a long way. Things like that everyone wants the white ceiling,
Yeah.
There's nice return on, a clean shower curtain.
Absolutely.
A towel bar that's working. I like it when things are working. That's
Yeah,
what I
the
tend to
working
ask
is
my
good.
sellers. So is everything working in this house? You need a good smoke detector, not one that's hanging by the wire.
Yeah.
I think it's great not to have a lot of tape over your light switches. Because that's a sign that don't use this. It's good if the doors, locks work well. I mean, honestly, these are things. They're little things. They're actually pain in the butt things because every one of them requires some different contractor to come in and fix it. But all to say that these little things that leave people with an impression that a house is well taken care of versus one where the person couldn't be troubled to do small things, many small things. That's what I mean.
When you talk about staging, do you mean using what's already in the home or taking everything out and bringing in new stuff?
So I'll just tell you what I just did in Newfield was taking the things that were already in the home, just moving them around and making it more pleasing. I'm fortunate that my seller, he's an elderly gentleman who loves his dog and he loves his plants, and he has some of the most beautiful plants you've ever seen, but they were all consolidated into this one little greenhouse room, and we just took them, moved the furniture, sporadically put them around the house. This house is almost unrecognizable, and it's just using the stuff that they already have. So I think really it's about the talent. But there are, what's her name? Christine Brower, right? Has a staging company? No? Okay. Anyway, there are professional, like, we'll go to San Peter and bring you all new furniture. All of those things happen. It can happen.
But that's rare.
That's rare.
The story of old furniture out, new furniture in, very, very rare experience in this marketplace. Most
That's
of the
what
time.
they did to the next door house.
I know.
And we were shocked to see how different it looked.
And that may or may not have been necessary to sell the house for that same price. And that's where the coaching.
Really, that's it. I really think
Yeah.
that, the people aren't buying the stuff. They're buying the house. We just have to make your stuff look pleasing within the house.
All right.
Thank you.